In a previous video, I showed how you could put a gadget like this into an RC airplane to control strings of LEDs. And today I'm going to show you what goes into making one. So these are the components we're going to use. Just some wires, a couple buttons, some resistors, and a Arduino Nano that's already seated on a breadboard. Just going to bring in a block so it's a little bit closer to the camera. Okay, so first thing you need to do is get your 5-volt power source. So I'm just getting this from a wall charger that I've just cut the ends off. And I'm going to use that now to power the Arduino. So I'm going to go positive to 5 volt. Negative to ground. So I forgot to mention at the beginning, there's a couple things I'm assuming out of this. One is that you need to have some basic Arduino skills to complete this project. It's going to be tough if you just try to follow the instructions and use the parts and get it running. The other is, even if you have an Arduino experience, take a look at the FastLED library and download the libraries and get some samples running so that you'll know this example is going to work. Okay, so now these are the WS2812 LED strips, and if you can see on the camera, there's only 3 contacts: positive, negative, and the data source in. So there's just 3 wires at the end, and that's all there is to it. So put that to negative, positive, and for this example I've got the signal pin coming off of D7 on the Arduino. So if you just wanted to take some samples from the FastLED library, get them running, this is pretty much all that you need. Just positive, negative on the LED, the signal in, and an Arduino Nano flash to run the code. In my particular sample, I use a lot of the samples from the FastLED library, and I modified them and I created my own. So I have, I think, 8 or 9 different patterns that I can iterate through, and then some of those patterns will have a variation. So there's a lot of selection, and the code is posted in GitHub. I'll put a link in the description as well as with some other details. So those are the 2 buttons. This will be my pattern pin. That'll be my style pin or button. Okay, so how you connect these, you have to connect one side of the button to the pin on the Arduino. So the pattern pin is D3 on the Arduino, and the style pin is D5 on the Arduino. So now both of these also go to ground. So one side of the button goes to ground and the other side goes to the Arduino, and one other place. I'll just connect this and I'll explain it. So the other side of the button is connected to power through a resistor. So what happens is when the button is pressed, the voltage drops and the Arduino detects that, but the resistor stops it from bouncing around. So that's why the resistor's there, because otherwise it'll read, the button won't work properly. And that's it. So one side of the button is the signal to the Arduino, and also through the resistor to the positive. And that is the circuit. And we've got the LED working. So there's the LED strip. And those are the different patterns. So that's just a streak going back and forth. You saw that in the other video. It's pretty much the same. Yeah, so there's the fire one, blue fire. So that's that. And the really cool thing about these LEDs is this. So you can now take another strip. So the LED strips aren't really aware of each other. So I can take an LED strip, plug it into positive, negative power. Then I can plug it into the same signal, and I can have two strips. So you can have two strips running off of the same input off the Arduino, or sorry, the output pin on the Arduino, and you can actually have multiple. You can, I mean, I don't even know if there's a limit. It's probably something to research, but yeah, and they're in sync. Anyway, so that's about it for this video. Take a look in the description. There's some more information and also some links to GitHub on where to get the source code. I'm going to make another video soon. I'm actually going to show you how to transfer this circuit onto this particular board. So what this is, it's a perma board or perf board or whatever it's called, but it's a harder board. It's actually soldered on. So, you know, the top looks nice, but the bottom is where your solder connections are. So I'm going to kind of step through that process. And I've got wires on this one, so this one's ready to get installed in another airplane. All right, thanks for watching.